What's up everyone, my name is Frank. Hope you all are having a great day today. I received something this week which I'm pretty excited for, and I'm here today to share it with you guys. This is the Yeti by Blue. It's a USB microphone, and I was torn for a while on which microphone to get. Now I'm here today to give my review, my opinion about this microphone, and hopefully by the end of this video I would have helped you make a decision to decide if this microphone is right for you and for your application. Without further ado, let's unbox this bad boy. Now here we have the front of the box, very simplistic design, the blue logo at the top, Yeti in big writing, and the color of the microphone that you bought. Now I chose the midnight blue color, which I think looks pretty good. Moving to the side of the box, this side shows the 4 settings in which your Yeti could record in. And there's a diagram here at the bottom further describing what those settings could do and what applications they could be used for. I'm going to go into greater detail on those in just a second. Moving to the other side of the box. Up here we have the word Yeti and a definition and how to pronounce it. On the side is different Yeti characters, which I think is pretty cool. It's sticking with the Yeti theme. On the back of the box, it shows the microphone on a stand, and it shows the different buttons that the Yeti has and what they're used for. Now the box is a matte finish which I really like. I love the feel of it. I love the smoothness. Top of the box, very simple again, and the bottom of the box has the system requirements. Now to open this, what I like to do is I like to start from the bottom, pull up the tab here, push this down, and this will slide out just like that. Not bad. All cardboard. And this opens up to reveal the USB cable, which from what I could see is pretty long. We have owner's manual, now it's encapsulated in styrofoam. These little holes at the back, just slowly push them. Now there's styrofoam all the way around. Pop this off. Here it's a packet of gel, I guess, to keep it fresh, keep it smelling good. Oh, do not eat. Look at that. Throw away. Huh. Cool. I'm going to take this off its stand. It has some pretty decent weight to it. Now I'm going to clear off the table and we'll go more in depth. Now for all you unboxing fans who love to see how a product is packaged, I have to say it came pretty well packed. Now I'm one who looks at the way a product is packaged because usually it signifies good quality of the product. If a product is well packaged, well secured, then that means that the item that you have purchased is of good quality and it meets a high standard. Now let's pay attention to this guy over here. As you can see, midnight blue color has the matte satin finish, which I think looks amazing. Coming to the bottom of the microphone, over here we have a USB input which that connects to your computer. On the other side we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, and I'm going to go into greater detail on what that's used for. At the bottom we have a place where we could screw on the Yeti to a stand or onto a shock mount. The whole design is metal besides the knobs. The knobs are made out of plastic, very hard, durable plastic with a rubberized feel to it, which I like, and it's to be expected. Now, currently it's in this downward position, the way it was packed. You could also store it this way. Not to be used, we have to flip the microphone up. In order to do that, we use the knobs on the side. So we unscrew the knobs counterclockwise. Now, when I first opened it, I noticed that these knobs were really tight. I managed to get this one unscrewed. So what I did is I unscrewed it fully. This one I couldn't. It was on there pretty damn good. Now I got lucky because by loosening this one allowed me to rotate the Yeti counterclockwise, which that in turn loosened this guy. So I got lucky there. Hopefully you won't experience that. Now that the two knobs on the side are tight, it's in its upwards position. As you can see over here as the Yeti logo, this button over here allows you to mute the microphone while it's in use. The one at the bottom allows you to adjust your headphone volume. Coming to the back of the microphone. The knob at the top allows you to adjust the gain. The knob at the bottom allows you to adjust through the 4 settings in which the Yeti could record in. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to go into greater detail of what these settings can be used for. I'm going to do a full 360 of the Yeti. And I really like the design. I like the old school shape of it. I like the feel. It's heavy. It's robust. You could handle it and not be worried of breaking it. It could take some punishment. Now, one thing that I noticed is the knob over here, which allows you to change through the 4 settings. That knob is super tight. Like, you have to put some force in order to change the settings. Now, I don't know if it's a manufacturing defect or it was intended. I'm hoping that it will loosen up over time. But if it doesn't, it's not a big deal because I'm most likely going to leave it on one setting and record. I'm rarely going to switch through the settings during a recording session. Up until this point, I've been recording the audio via the Logitech C920's built-in mic. Now for comparison, I'm going to switch to the computer mic and we're going to see how that sounds. Now I'm using the computer mic. As you can tell, it's not as crisp and clear. You can probably hear a hiss in the computer fan running, which the computer mic is really not that good. Now I'm going to switch to the Yeti. Now I'm using the Yeti mic. I currently have it on the bidirectional setting. And I'm going to switch between every setting. I'm going to show you how it sounds and what the settings are used for. So currently the bidirectional setting picks up audio from the front of the microphone and from the back of the microphone. So if I talk into the back of the microphone, you should be able to hear me because the sound from the sides is rejected or neglected and the mic only picks up audio from the front and from the back. Now, as you can see, the mute button is lit up red. If you push it, it will mute the mic and it will start blinking, which that signifies that the mic is on mute. So this setting can be used for interviews, or if you're doing a vocal duet, you could have one person on either side. Now, I'm going to switch settings. Now I currently have it on Omnidirectional, which that setting allows the microphone to pick up audio all around the microphone. So no matter if I have it in front of me, on the side, or facing the back, it will pick up sound. You should be able to hear me. If I have it all the way over here to my side, you should still be able to hear me. Now, this setting is useful for conference calls, field recordings, or events, orchestras. And you're probably saying, well, how do you know this? Well, I am looking at the Yeti user manual. Yes, I am one of those people who read the manual before using a product. So I'm try to be quiet. I'm going to bring this guy back. I'm going to bring it in front of me. And I'm going to change the settings again. And did I mention it's a real pain to switch settings? Like right now, I am forcing to get it into the next setting. All right, finally, managed to get into the next setting. It is on stereo. Now, stereo allows for the microphone to pick up sound from the front and from the two sides. Sound coming from the back is neglected. Now, I'm talking on the side of the microphone because I do not have a pop filter. I don't have a shock mount. I'm trying to show you really the microphone out of the box, plug and play, what it sounds like. And this is the best. So without a pop filter, you'll be able to hear the P's and B's. So that's why it's off to the side. But I'm going to bring it to the front because sometimes podcasts, you have it in the front. And I want to show what it sounds like on the side and from the front. Now, stereo can be used for vocals again, could be used for instruments. As you can tell with all these settings, it's a pretty versatile microphone, which I like. You can use it for different applications, which it's not just limited to doing one task. If you're maybe one time you're doing a podcast, the next day you're doing an interview, your microphone can adapt to that. I'm going to switch to it's pretty ridiculous. I am hoping that there we go. I am hoping that it does get easier to turn. Now it's a bit of a pain because I'm adjusting them on the fly. Like I mentioned previously, I'm going to leave it in one setting and I'm going to do my recording. I'm rarely going to switch through settings like I'm doing currently. Now I have it on the Cardioid setting, which I think is the setting that I'm going to be using the most. So this only picks up sound from the front of the microphone. And if I tuck out the back of the microphone, you shouldn't be able to hear me. It probably will pick up sound, but you won't hear me as clearly as if I'm talking to the front of the microphone. So now I am talking in the front of the microphone, approximately 5 inches away, which is most likely where I'll keep it to day-to-day use when I use the mic. Now the Cardioid setting is used for podcasts, voiceovers, vocals, instruments again. It can be used for pretty much instruments in every single setting or vocal in every single setting. But each setting is specific to one thing. So you could put on the setting that you need it for and it will do an excellent job. Mainly, I bought the mic to record myself while I'm gaming. So I'll be doing voiceovers or streaming while I game. And that's my primary use for this microphone. Now, for gaming, this is not, by all means, not a proper setup. The mic will most likely be off to the side like this. I just wanted to put it in front of me so whoever is doing a podcast could be able to hear what it sounds like. And the mic is on its original stand. It's on a table, so you could probably hear it shake, or you'll probably pick up sounds. I'm gonna type on my keyboard and we'll see if you'll be able to pick up sound. And I did that mainly to show you guys what the mic picks up in this setting, Cardio, which is the setting that I'm going to be using it for. Ultimately, you guys have to do your test, you guys have to find what setting is right for your application. You have to set your mic up properly. I want to focus on the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which that's used for to plug in your headphones. And a lot of people use that to hear themselves talk. So while you're streaming, let's say if I'm streaming my gameplay, I'll be able to hear myself talk. And by doing that, I could adjust the gain, which is the knob all the way in the back. I could adjust the gain, and the gain allows for the vocals to increase or decrease in decibels. That's how sound is measured in decibels. So you could increase and you could fine tune to whatever sounds best for your application. Now, I purchased this mic for $99. I took advantage of the Black Friday sales. It is the holidays, so they will be around that price consistently for now. From what I saw in stores at Best Buy, they were $150 Canadian. Yes, I live in Canada, so Canadian dollars. And like I said before, I was torn on which microphone to get. The direct competitor is the Razer Seiren, which, don't get me wrong, it's a very good mic, but it comes at twice the price or more than twice the price, and has the exact same settings as the Yeti does over here. The only difference is that the Seiren has a little LCD display on the front, which allows you to see what your mic level is at, what your headphone volume is at, and what your gain is at, I believe. And it is cool, but for me, it's not a necessity, and I see that as a gimmick. I can't justify paying more than double the price just to have that feature. And people are going to say, oh yeah, but you could fine tune while you're playing. You can see what your volume is at. And again, for my application, I don't need that. I'm going to set it once and I'm going to forget about it while I record. That's the reason why I'll be doing a little test. I'll do a test game footage, adjust the mic if it's correct. Then I'm going to continue recording my gameplay, my voiceover, streaming, what have you not, whatever I'm using the Yeti for. Now coming to the color and the design. I haven't seen many midnight blue colors. I see a lot of the black, the white, the silver, the platinum edition. Just very rare to see it in a midnight blue. I've yet to see a review of this color right here, which in my opinion looks the best. Now getting to some tech specs. If you're like me, very tech savvy, you want to know the specs of a product before purchasing it. The power required is 5 volts, easily supplied via the USB cable to your computer or laptop. Sample rate is 48 kilohertz. Bit rate is 16-bit. There is 3 condensers around the microphone. Notice that's why I'm talking to the side of the mic rather than the top. Do not talk to the top of the mic. It will not sound good. If you want crisp, clear sound, talk to the side. That's how the microphone was intended to be used. Frequency response is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The weight, I didn't mention before, it was pretty heavy. The weight of the microphone on its own is 1.2 pounds. The weight of the stand on its own is 2.2 pounds. So that's a total of 3.4 pounds. For me, the weight is not an issue. It's going to be on my desk while I record. I won't be holding it. I won't be transporting it. So the weight is fine for me, not an issue. For system requirements, it says in the manual, Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows Vista, XP Home Edition, and XP Professional. For Mac, the OS X 10.4.11 or higher, and you need a minimum of 64 megabytes of RAM in order to run the Yeti. Now, with the transition to Windows 10, I believe the mic should still work. I don't see it being as an issue as Microsoft made everything compatible from Windows 7 to Windows 10. I'm currently using Windows 7. Now, it did take a while when I first plugged in the mic into the computer. It did its, searching device, updating. It took a solid 4 minutes for that to finish. But once it's done, you unplug it and you plug it back in again for, let's say, another use or another day. It picks it up right away. So wait that 4 minutes. It's not a big deal. And once you have it done, it's done. Now, for my final thoughts and opinion about the Yeti, I truly believe it's an amazing microphone. It was well packaged. The quality is amazing. You could tell it's well built. Yes, the knobs are a little tight, but like I said before, it's not a big deal for me. It's going to be left in one setting and I won't be changing on the fly. It can adapt to whatever you need the mic to adapt to. There's 4 different settings, which is intended for 4 specific tasks. So if you're one day doing a voiceover or streaming, and the next day you're doing an interview or you're recording music, this mic can do it. You do not need a more expensive mic that could do the exact same job. And I've searched for a while. I've listened to different audio recordings, and what I've noticed is a lot of people edit the sound before they upload. That's why I want to show you guys a real plug in play. So I will not be correcting the audio. However, I'm recording it. That's how I'm going to upload to you guys, so you guys could see straight out of the box how the Yeti sounds. I did all 4 of the settings. I showed you what the Yeti could do. And if you're still struggling or torn, still trying to decide if this is the right mic for you, I'm telling you, my opinion, do it. Purchase the Yeti. You will not regret it. Okay? It's an all-around, it's a fantastic mic, and I do a lot of research before I purchase something. That's just the way I am. I want to purchase the best for my intended application. I don't see the point in buying something that's double the price, which could do the exact same job. And yes, with a shock mount and a pop filter and a stand, you'll get amazing sound and quality from it. It's on my desk, and I think it sounds amazing. For my application, I do not need more than this. So thumbs up to Blue for making a great product. And again, if you're looking to purchase the Yeti, I say go for it. You will not regret it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.